Welcome back to Square Sanctuary, Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, and the Pandemonium questline. Square X along with Arya Stormborn.
Yep.
Last episode, we went through the second circle of Abyssos, or in this case, the sixth circle of Pandemonium, and we fought, what was her name again? Hegemone?
Heregome. Yeah. Heregome.
Yeah, it is hard to pronounce half of these ancient names that they throw at us with the force of a softball pitcher. Or at least a female softball pitcher. And don't look at me and don't look at me thinking, and don't look at me saying that's sexist, because I have seen some female softball pitchers throw wicked fast and wicked hard. It's why I'm glad I do not play baseball anymore. Or that I never tried. Anyways, so we fought Hegemone, and we actually captured her alive this time, as opposed to Hephaestus, who decided to kill himself outright. I think. I forget.
No, he didn't.
I forget. Either way, we still have a lot of questions that are left unanswered, but let's see if we can answer them in this next quest. Servant of Violence. Our plan was a success, though I hardly need to tell you that. Hegemone has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. You have the right of it. I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being, ether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Erichthonios, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue. As for that, there is one among you whose very presence puts the others at risk. It would be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandemonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In its place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That is something that Chris and Themis taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it's that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And I hope this has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before that path lies close to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandemonium again. You are capable. That much is plain. Yet Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live. And I shall not allow this talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle. This is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel and a new journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Erichthonios. I have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss... You would call me fool? You who murdered your wife in service to your ambition? For the sake of the star, no doubt! I can hear it again. That voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hephaestus. Father. Mother. Oh, how I love you so. And this voice will guide me to you. No! Listen not! Listen not, Erichthonios! Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I can never even grasp the matter. Well, we're boned. And he's fucked. Because now I'm probably going to have to kill him. Lahabrea, care to impart your wisdom with us? Hephaestus is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erichthonios, it made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. It was but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven with such skill that Erichthonios himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hephaestus' power, then the other key wards had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos. Doubtless, Hephaestus' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? As I thought. Someone was trying to warn Erichthonios, but whom? Could it have been one of the key wards? Alas, their warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Erichthonios past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Hephaestus knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. There is time yet to save them. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandemonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Just as with Hesperos, Erichthonios is in danger of being consumed by Hephaestus' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. Lahabrea, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find behind Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandemonium is called Tartaros, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Hephaestus has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Chris shall sign. His dissolute ether shall allow him to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hephaestus had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Then time is of the essence. Hephaestus is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. Do not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Before we continue, I do want to say hello and thank you to Still Alive C1. Thank you for following me on twitch.tv. Anyway, we continue. We have yet to discern to what end Hephaestus would use Erichthonios. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there is the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erichthonios' feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feels it still greater pain. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child. How dare you? No, you are right. The blame for Erichthonios' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well. I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistis. She has served in Pandemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your ether means it will be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the internment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Internment shall not be necessary. From here, I can sense Agdesis' essence, but it is scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with Hegemone. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be for her. Alright. So, we fight to kill this time.
I feel like Hephaestus has some severe mommy issues.
Well, all I know is that our next mission, Abyssos the Seventh Circle, has been unlocked. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, click here for the next one. See you in a bit.